Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince, coming to you each and every day with the world of HBCU. And you know that we don't leave no stones unturned. Today will be no exception to the rule. But before we get started, I want to remind you that you can follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22. And the website is obnradio.com. And for those in the Prairie View community, always check us out at 87.9 FM. We are in for a special treat on today. We're going to step outside the SWAC. We're going to step outside the MEAC, but we're going to stay in the world of HBCU. And without any further ado, I want to introduce to some and present to others head football coach of the Lincoln Blue Tigers, Coach Steve Smith. Coach, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well, Mike. How about yourself?
Man, you know what? I'm hanging in there. They say I'm barely kicking, but I'm still kicking, brother.
I understand that.
Yes, sir. Now, look, it's been a while since we were able to communicate, but once again, we're excited to have you on our fall program scheduled this season. And let's talk about some Blue Tiger football, man. Pretty active all season going into year two. So bring us up to speed on how things are looking in Jeff City.
Things are looking pretty well right now. Again, you never know until you put those pads on and keep kind of moving forward. But everything's looking really well. I like what we got at the quarterback position. We're very competing real strong at the quarterback position. O-line look well right now. Defense is looking more improved. Our run game is becoming stronger from the spring. The guys put a lot of work in this summer, with the strength and conditioning coach and getting themselves prepared. And you can see the camaraderie of them coming together and understanding where we're trying to go. And they see it now because guys are asking about winning the championship and how we're going to get it done and what we need to do to get it done.
Well, that's all part of that change in that culture and that mindset. You inherited this program. It's no secret. It's been a program looking for the rise of the Phoenix, if you would, for quite some time now. So you walked into this situation with your eyes wide open. And taking this task on, what were some of the things that you knew that you could do, but you had to convince the team, administrative staff, and even Blue Tiger Nation that you could get it done?
We had to come together. That's the biggest thing with the community, the administrators, our staff, as well as the players coming together to understand everybody's a part of winning the national championship. Everybody's a part of winning the conference championship. So that's the big thing. And I think they understand that now. We have strong support from our faculty and staff, as well as our administrators. We have a very strong support from the community and the Blue Tiger Athletic Club. And, I think the biggest thing right now is that the players believe. They see that they're now the underdog, but they don't consider themselves an underdog. So they believe in exactly what we're trying to do. They believe in the process that we put together, and we'll continue to move forward with it.
So there's an old saying that holds true: as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.
You right about that.
Yes, sir. Now, when you walk around Jeff City, for those who are not familiar, it's a very unique place. It's at the state capital of Missouri. It's a very hilly area, and you don't want to be around there when that ice starts freezing up in the wintertime. But what has been the transition for you personally as you make your adjustment in Jefferson City?
I think the biggest thing is being involved more in the community now. I think that's the personal thing for me. Being around, seeing people, being able to walk in Walmart and everybody kind of know who you are. That's been a big thing for me. But other than that, everything else has been pretty cool. So I haven't had any problems with that as we move forward.
Okay, well, I know that people are hungry in Blue Tiger Nation for a productive season. Let's talk about some X's and O's just for a moment. You hit on your quarterbacking looking strong right now. Without giving the rotation order, who are some of the young men that you're looking at to lead Blue Tigers for this 2018 season?
Right now, Henry Ogala, who started the early part of the season, is competing right now, as well as Drake Davison, who started the late part of the season after Henry got hurt. So they're both competing right now to be the starting quarterback, and both of them are doing very well. They both spent the summer down in Jeff City going through everything and putting themselves in the right position with the strength and conditioning program and going out there and bringing guys out to throw 7-on-7, different things like that. So they're showing their leadership. They're showing where they want to go and where they're trying to take the program.
So it's all bought in. Everyone is geared up, ready to go as we are a few days away from the official kickoff. Well, we can't say Two-A-Days anymore. I guess I'm dating and aging myself. The Two-A-Days are out the window now. I guess I let that cat out the bag, huh, Coach?
Right. Yeah. I can definitely understand that. Yeah. Yeah. It's not the old school days where it's 2 days anymore. Believe me, I was a part of that, and the 3 days as well.
Yes, sir. See, I was going to say they weren't worried about them 3 days. If you was really about your business, you had 3 days, man, to get things done. But it's a different era now. People have a tendency to overlook special teams play. And those are very integral in the difference between coming winners transforming into champions. How does your special teams look, and how much on a percentage wise do you put emphasis on your special team training during your workout sessions?
We put a lot of emphasis on our special teams. Anything we do, whether it's a walkthrough, whether it's in practice, we put a lot of emphasis on special teams. Special teams it was a big part of us last year. That was the one entity of our units that stayed on top of the game the whole year. We had great returners. We did a good job on covering. They gave us great field position. We put people in bad positions, special team wise. So that's something that we're going to continue to value, continue to work even harder on to become top in the nation at that. So because I thought we did a really, really good job last year on special teams.
Yes, sir. Now, a lot of people who are not familiar with the Blue Tiger Conference, it's not a pushover conference. So, if you don't mind, introduce your conference to those that might be new listening to our show on today. And who are some of the top teams that you have to go and take down and dethrone in order to stand on top?
Well, the Great Lakes Conference, and one of the biggest teams, I'll say that one of the biggest teams is University of Indianapolis rather. They're ranked 18th in the nation. Last year they were like number 2 in the nation. They went 11-0 during the regular season. Went to the playoffs. So you got Truman State, who 2 years ago won the conference, was topping and ranked in the nation. Southwest Baptist, who was ranked 2 years ago, who tied the conference with Truman State and went to the playoffs. So you got some guys who some teams that can play. They're very, very disciplined, and we have to be the same in order to be on the same level, which means be on the same level and better to beat them.
Absolutely. Now, I know you got some Albany State background. Are there ever any whispers and possible opportunities for you guys to hook up on some non-conference days?
Yeah, well, we played Albany State last year, in a non-conference game. This year we played Lane in Memphis, so it'll be a big, big, big deal. We play them at Hale Stadium. I think it's the Omega Classic or something like that they got going. So that'll be our first opening game will be against HBCU against Lane College up in Memphis, Tennessee.
So I know that's an exciting time to get the Tiger Nation involved and buzzing up there in the air in Jefferson City. Now, when I know you'd like to run that spread option, and that seems like to be the offensive choice these days. Do you stick strictly to that concept, or do you have some alternative formations or whatnot that you like to try to incorporate if you see things need to be adjusted on the fly?
Well, it'll be a little different this year. You won't see no spread off, no spread option this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how people adjust to what we're doing this year. And I'm kind of going to go back to what made me a good offensive coordinator, and go back to pounding the ball, working our play action stuff, and working some screens, and but literally putting that pressure on our offensive line to get it done and make it work.
Hold on now, Coach. I'm getting excited now.
Compared use of a tight end and a fullback. So
Was what led you back to that concept?
well, that was the impression in the beginning. What happened was we just didn't have the personnel coming in our first year to be able to do what we did at Albany State, and had the success that we had at Albany State. So we had to go with what we had and kind of work it. But now we're going back to who we are and back to our signature, and going back to my signature, as I call it, and gonna do what we do best, and gonna run the ball and have a couple of explosive plays and make things happen for us.
See now, you kind of in my neck of the woods in areas now. So every now and then, I'm hearing a potential trick play here. I'm not asking you to give me what the plays are, Coach, but that's what it sounds like you got brewing up in the old pot.
Well, we're gonna. I put you got to step up to the plate because it's gonna be a mano a mano, and we're gonna be strong. Our run game is gonna be good. Our run game is gonna be powerful, and we're gonna make sure guys have to come to play. When it comes to the run game with us.
Oh man, that's exciting! Right now, we're speaking with Coach Steve Smith of the Lincoln Blue Tigers, changing some things up, and I kind of like that. And the last time we talked, you were out on the recruiting grind, and it's no secret, Coach, when you're dealing with HBCUs, you're not going to always have the pick of the litter, if you would. So, are you restricted on how far you can go? Do they encourage you to stay within the state line or maybe go to Oklahoma, if not Illinois? Or do you have a wide open window when it comes to recruiting players to fit your system?
I have a wide open window to come to play. I got players from all over, from Colorado all the way to LA, from Nashville, Tennessee to Georgia, to Alabama. So we got players. We're wide open. St. Louis, Kansas City, in between smaller cities, local kids. So we're wide open when it comes to recruiting. We're making sure that we put our hand in every pot that we can put our hand in to get the best players to come in and win.
Man, that sounds exciting, and I know that Blue Tiger Nation is excited. Everyone, as a matter of fact, my brother is a alumni of Lincoln. As a matter of fact, he used to be an old baseball player, pretty decent baseball player, but unfortunately, there's no more baseball at Lincoln. But he pulls every time, and that's part of our service back to our listening audience to make sure that we keep Blue Nation in tune with what's going on, man. Now, let me ask you this question, Coach, and I'm not real sure, but it's a different era now. Do you oppose your young men getting involved with Greek life?
No, I don't. I just asked him to let me know so we can understand because I know it takes a lot out of them, mentally, sometimes physically, and then with them having such a strong structure with football and then a tough schedule with football, I want to make sure that they're prepared for it and they can get it done. Some you might ask them to wait a little longer because I don't think they might not be ready because it takes a toll on you academically as well if you're trying to do so many things and not focus on your grades. The one thing that we want to guarantee you at Lincoln is that you're going to get a degree. Besides anything else, we want to make sure you get your degree. So if that's something that they want to do and they have aspirations to do it, no, we're not opposed to it. We just want to make sure it's the right time when they do it.
Yes, sir. Now, I have to ask you, sir, did you cross over into the Greek life during your college days?
Nah, I was one of those guys when the time came. I made the choice for football because it was a situation where football was the most important at that time, so I didn't get a chance. But I was asked to do it, but football just took over at that. It wasn't the right time because football was more important.
No, I do understand, and football is still important because it's how you keep your lights on these days, right?
Right, correct.
Now, Coach, you gave that your opening game will be up against Lane. Are you abreast? I'm pretty sure you are of what your schedule is, and if so, you can run us through it real quickly.
Yeah, I can give you the top three or four. We had Lane in Memphis, Tennessee. Then we go to Springfield, Missouri, and play Missouri State, FCS Division I school. Then we come home and we play Wisconsin Oshkosh, who's a Division III school out of Wisconsin. Then we'll break into the conference, and Southwest Baptist will be our first conference game. And I think University of Indianapolis is after that, and then Quincy University.
Okay, now Quincy has always been one of those almost like a rival game for you guys, has it not?
Yeah, I say this same thing I told them at the GLVC, and my players told them at the GLVC media day. Everybody's is a rival game for. We want to beat everybody. We're not putting our hat on just one person. We want everybody.
I know that's right.
I hope everybody bring their A game.
I know that's right. Ours. I know that's right. Well, look, Coach, I look forward to our weekly conversations as this season kicks off. But let everybody know how they can get a season pass or even some tickets for the Lincoln Blue Tiger experience.
You can go to lubluetigers.com. That's our athletic page, and go to ticket sales and be able to go through there. If you're down in the Jeff City area or Columbia area, you can come right over to the school. And then if you're planning on coming to the little classic in Memphis, they're selling tickets at the gate there.
Yes, sir.
At Hale Stadium.
Okay, and that date for that classic will be?
September 1st.
September 1st. That's the Saturday of the Labor Day weekend. So it's going to be some exciting time to see Blue Tiger Nation in action. Well, Coach, as always, we make it customary for our guests to have final say and thoughts, and the floor is now yours, sir.
I appreciate everybody, and I just let you know we coming. And, that's our saying right now, we're coming, and we're going to make Blue Tiger alumni proud and get done what we need to get done and change this culture of people thinking that we're a bottom feeder.
Oh, man, I like that. You said we're coming. Get your seatbelt on, baby, because here we come. He is Coach Steve Smith of the Lincoln Blue Tigers. It's a new day in Jeff City. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, reminding you to follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22. The website is obnradio.com. And don't forget, our YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. That's OPEN, capital MIC. That's all one word, Broadcast Network. I'm out of time right now, ladies and gentlemen. I must exit stage left. But until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.